Good day. I'm Emma Gregory, and my family and I came here from Massachusetts 2 years back to Prairietown, and it is the time of year for us to make our Thanksgiving feast. Now, I know that some folks here in Prairietown have not heard of Thanksgiving, so I've invited several of our neighbors here so that we could have this feast, and my sister Jane is here with us to help us out with the feast, and hopefully you all will be able to join us as well. We are now about to prepare some Marlborough pudding. Marlborough pudding is almost as popular as turkey on our Thanksgiving Day table back in Massachusetts, where we're from. And so it's an apple and lemon custard pie. It's almost like a pumpkin pie in its texture, so we'll be making something very similar. And we're going to start with peeling and coring the apples. We have our corer that we brought back from the east. And we'll be taking the core out. Well, we just stewed our apples over the fire and put it through this horsehair sieve. And now I'm going to measure out approximately 1 teacup full of this apple puree. So I'm measuring out 1 teacup full, or 12 tablespoons full of apple puree after we've cooked it. The receipt calls for 12 spoons full of everything, and a spoonful is a tablespoon. But it turns out that 12 spoons also fits a teacup, which is 3/4 of a measured cup. We're going to do the same thing with cream. And the same thing with wine. Same thing with butter. Now this butter was just before the fire, so I just do need to whisk it up a bit. And the same thing of sugar. And then we need 3 eggs. And then we'll put in the juice of 1 lemon. So I'm going to just put the juice of 1 lemon. I'm just holding the sieve up here so that the seeds do not go into it. Now this particular receipt doesn't actually call for lemon, but it is quite traditional to put lemon in a Marlborough pudding if you could find them. They come into the stores around November for the holidays and will stay there until about March. And they're usually coming from the Mediterranean. And the last thing we'll put in is a bit of nutmeg. Now I will be making the paste for our Marlborough pudding. And so it'll be just a bottom pie crust. Just measuring out our flour. And this is such a favorite pie of my family. We all look forward to it every year. It's quite nice to have something as exotic as lemons. Of course, the wine and the apples. This is the butter I'm putting into the flour, and I'm just going to rub it together to make a paste, also known as a pie crust. Now I shall make a little well, and put some water in until all of the paste comes together. And that shall be our pie paste for this Marlborough pudding pie. And this is our Marlborough pudding, which we'll put on the table momentarily.